Yeah, I never lacked pocket money. I think it will made the work easier because pia yeye anaona kijana anamsaidia kazi na ananifundisha probably to let me in future. So I started fixing practica. I moved to Zenith. I moved to Flash.
So let's do this.
To, you know, pole.
No, this now umetupeleka on a rush. Kuna mahali hapa katikati, you're not telling me.
What up?
Yeah, this one after you getting out from school. Ulipata shule kwanza tu ukaanza kutengeneza kamera, ama ukaanza kupiga picha, ama ukacheza basketball, ama baadaye ulikuwa unafanya sports shule?
Yes. Actually I was the captain of our basketball team.
Yeah, nice.
So you have to balance both.
Yeah.
I used to do my sports, I used to fix cameras. Even in school, a lot of kids knew me as John Fundi. Because I remember because it's a boarding school, so there were some kids used to come with their cameras to school. Wakija nao, or if they're broken, I'll fix them. And I'll find them to be child's play, because those just normal simple Kodak cameras. Mimi napiga ma practical. Child's play. So I'll fix them while they're there. So where I started taking pictures, I told you now, Form 3. Because Form 2, I was already fixing cameras. Form 3, as I was heading Form 4, then that's when the idea of why can't I teach myself, since I know what camera is and how it operates inside. Now, all these kids every year wanapiga picha, their passport. I want to take those pictures and make some money also, extra money. So I asked my uncle for a camera. I can buy a Shika MF2. Very good camera for passports, very nice. So I was charging 100 shillings for a passport photo, 50 shillings for a normal 3R. So the 100 shillings, I think I'll part with 50 shillings for printing. Utapiga picha 36 from a film of 36 exposures, but you'll probably get like 10.
From that 6 to 10
utapata 10 zingine zimeungua.
Kwa hivyo uko unachao 26 zote uko unaenda.
Ndio hivyo. That was the game back then. Umeenda Sara, but film unanunua, ukipiga hesabu film unanunua 120 ama 150. Zile 10 umetengeneza 1000. You get back a few shillings. You won't make a lot of money, but you make a few shillings.
You're still in school that time.
I was still in school. And then from there, nikaanza piga birthdays za watu, family sana. Na my family friends. So whenever they had birthdays, nini naitwa. I just pick, because now their houses, my uncle had so many cameras. So I'll pick the camera that I'm familiar with and I'm comfortable with. I just pick, namwomba, nachukua, I go take pictures of birthday, narudi kwa nyumba, I go print them. So I'll charge 1,000 shillings for a whole film of 36. 1,000 shillings for a whole reel of 36. And they'll pay. Toa cost zako, baki na profit. So that's why I started photography. Pole. Yeah, that is Form 3. Form 4, nika move sana nikaanza kupiga picha na SLR. I think it was Pentax, ME Super. Pentax was a good camera, 50mm lens. It was a very good camera back in the day. In fact, a lot of people loved it because one, ni punda, ilikuwa punda, alafu ina clarity because of the lens. Na haiko na mambo mingi ya battery. Unajua wakati hizo a lot of people feared mambo ya battery. Kama unatumia battery, jamaa anapiga hesabu, battery kisha battery moja shilingi 500. You know, so they like cameras bar hazina shida hazina costs za battery. Yaani wewe unaweka tu film unatwanga ukiendelea. So Pentax was very good at that point. So that was my first professional camera. Kwanza kupiga picha za birthday.
Okay, so if I may ask, katika this journey, hii mtuelezea small journey, any challenges ulipata kwa hakuna wale ulisemanga hii kazi sawa sitaki hata kuja sitaki tena hiyo story ya picha. Any challenges, anything, because I know everything doesn't come smooth. Inafika point unasemanga how for you, how is it for you?
Challenges
in wacha tusende mbali hapa tu in this Form 3 to Form 4. So your first taking pictures for the first time professional.
Bena, To be sincere, at Form 3, Form 4, me, I knew I was going to be a mechanical engineer. I didn't know I was going to be a photographer. Me, my passion was in mechanics. This was just a hobby. I was just doing this thing part-time. Instead of just sitting doing nothing, let me get into it. Sikuwa na mahesabu yoyote kwa photographer, even fixing cameras. It was all there. I wanted to play pro basketball or become a mechanical engineer. That was where I invested most of my time. And I was doing very well in automotive engineering, because we had a subject in power mechanics in school, and I was one of the top students. I really invested in it. Like, I had books and everything. So, mambo photography caught me at a corner in my life, because even after I finished Form 4, I went and studied computer science. I didn't do
journalism or
nothing. I didn't do that. So I did computer science. While doing computer science, I fixed cameras and took pictures.
So it was
even
like a
to
side
assist
hustle.
me pay some.
Yeah, it
pay
was a side hustle apart from
it was
school.
definitely it was a side hustle.
Yeah,
I didn't take it very seriously. It was purely side hustle. Pursuing something else I want to do something in database management, Mumbai IT. That's where my plan was, because power mechanics, because of so many reasons, I tried, but it was too involving course, and I didn't have time to hustle and go and do such highly intensive course like power mechanics and electronics and stuff like that. So I thought, let me just do something that can give me free time, part-time. I can do computer science while hustling on, doing photography and fixing cameras. So me and my brother, we both trained by my uncle in fixing cameras. So we became top camera technicians in Mombasa, the power of two brothers. So we opened up a company called Center Tech Electronics. My brother went and did electrical engineering. So he even now came and now taught me more, because now he has a background in electronics. Now he taught me more about cameras. Now, the cameras now, they used to be called automatic cameras, so with power circuits and stuff.
So mpaka hapo, let's say mpaka hapo, bado hujajua kama utakuwa photographer ama hujajua kama utakuwa fundi wa let me use a proper term, a camera engineer.
Purely businessman. That I'm saying, those are just brands. But the goal here is making money. So purely became a businessman. But camera, some will ask me if I'm passionate about photography or filming. To me, I have no choice. It's in my blood, like it's in me. Even if I've tried running away from it, but because even at some point I opened up a tour and travel agents company for 3 years, but found myself
going
back again in photography. So it is effortless for me. It's very effortless doing it.
Okay.
I don't have to be passionate about it. It is just natural.
So at what time ulifeel tu sasa hizi vitu zote nafanya they're not working? Whatever is working ni photography, videography, something like making cameras. At what time ukasema, now I'm not doing all of this, nimezeka nyuma, so let me focus on this?
Then in life, you see, life presents us with so many opportunities, and sometimes as you're in the path of discovering yourself, you need to try different things. Yeah.
True.
So like I said, I got off college, never been employed in my life.
Take water.
Yeah. Thank you very much, man. I never been employed. I got off college, started me and my brother opened up a company, Centertech. We started fixing cameras. We did that for about 3-4 years. While we were fixing cameras, I got into photography. So my uncle, who inherited, now this is the same uncle who taught me. This is another uncle back at home, who inherited a camera from my grandfather. Had that I've got an interest in photography, and I'm pretty much doing well. So he called me and gave me his camera, which was handed over to him by his father. It was a Nikon. Classic camera. I can't really remember. I'll get you the name, the brand. But it's all metal. It had a 50mm lens. 1.2. Macho hivi. So when I got that camera, I was so excited. Because now nitapiga picha. The camera ni kama si a late 1940s, 1960s, I don't know. It is a very old camera, but it zile classic. So when I got that camera, started doing pictures now. I started talking to friends. Hey, guys, I'm also taking pictures. So nikipata marusi napiga. Pata marusi napiga. Then a friend of mine saw that I'm a young man struggling to take pictures, introduced me to Serena Beach Hotel. Yes. So there's a manager there who used to call Mr. Alan. So to me, they're like, Alan, this is my buddy. You know, kuwa na marafiki ni mzuri sana. He just saw me there, I was struggling na tafuta kazi. Kama njoo bwana nitulize kwa rafiki yangu.
Sasa hapo sasa umeamua unafanya,
hata mimi si professional.
Lakini umeamua sasa una,
I have a professional camera, but I'm not like big time photographer. I'm trying to get my path in photography. Nimeamua, let me hustle, fix cameras and do photography. But now I started putting a lot of effort in photography because my brother now was handling mostly hizo kutengeneza camera. My brother akachukua sana. Sasa mimi nikaona wacha ni divert kwa photography. So nilianza na hiyo kamera, kaanza piga picha, nikapata kazi Serena, kupiga maharusi. Kapata vita sana huko na watu, nikapiga. I remember my first job flopped really badly. Alan nikamwambia, we you need to pull up your socks, do a better job next time. So I thank people like Uncle Sam. There's an old man used to work for Kodak, and he used to work for Nation newspaper sometimes. So he retired, he opened up a studio in town. So I went to see Uncle Sam. He became my mentor. So Uncle Sam started teaching me about photography. This is how you need to frame, this is how you need pictures, if you need to create some. So akanifundisha. I went back to Serena, started doing a very good job. Bado napiga film. Piga wazungu mafoto hapo wanafurahi sana. Piga. Then opportunity came, nikakuwa poached, nikapelekwa Diani Reef Beach Hotel. So I went to Diani Reef as their in-house photographer. So hapo Diani Reef is where I learned now there's a difference between commercial photographer and a professional photographer. I learned that if you need to take pictures, there's an art behind it. It's just not
just take a camera and
piga na upatie mtu picha yake, picha ikitoka mzuri. There must be
concept,
a bit of, yes, there's an art around taking pictures. So at Diani Reef, again I met another international photographer called Rajesh Gupta.
That's an Indian.
An Indian. Around that time, he had won the best travel magazine photographer of the year, something like that, in UK. So Rajesh Gupta, we spent like a whole week. Kanifundisha pia photography. So through Rajesh, I learned a lot. Actually, around this time, we already got into digital now. Digital era in year 2010.
So if I may ask, hii journey yote hujakuwa na challenges anywhere?
Challenges.
In this
There's been a lot of challenges.
How to nataka kusikia hizo challenges ndio yani tukifika because tunga through the success, but people doesn't think that it's just easy the way you are talking. You're talking mtu adhani rahisi tu hivyo. But I know it's not that easy.
It is not.
There's A, B, C, do and done.
The biggest challenge was pricing. Pricing.
Up to now.
The biggest challenge around that time was pricing, because how do you quantify your work? How do you put value on art? Mtu anambia umepiga picha, umechukua dakika mbili tu umeenda bana unataka shinga. So it was very difficult to put a price on a picture that you've taken in 2 hours or you've taken in 30 minutes. And also competing with the market, because kuna watu watakuja waribu. Nasikia mtu ule anapiga picha moja shilingi 50, you are charging shilingi 200.
True.
So it was difficult competing with people who are not professional. They were just commercial photographers.
True.
Them they just out to make the money. I was one of those people at some point. Paparazzi. Milikuwa paparazzi unaitwa
hata sio tempe, hata sai pia think the same thing. Pricing hata sai pia.
So ilikuwa ni issue kubwa sana pricing. Another challenge I think about ni unajua nikicompare then na sahi. Wakati wetu you didn't have the luxury of having several lenses. It was not that simple. And cameras didn't come by very easy. They're not cheap. They're not cheap and they're not available. So if you get a camera, ukiangalia watu wengi walikuwa na 50mm. If you notice my conversation, I'm just talking about 50mm.
Yeah.
50mm. A lot of cameras, everybody had 50mm. A lot of people had 50mm. Easy zoom lenses, there are very few. One, zoom lenses ukiwa nayo, mtu anakuambia even now unaona ukiona zoom lens, you have to use a higher ISO when taking pictures.
True.
Or you go on a lower speeds. And now most of the films back then were 100 ISO, which were 150 shillings. Ukitaka piga picha ya art, ukitumia art lenses ama zoom lenses, then you have to go a little bit high, utafute 400 ISO.
Which is expensive.
400 ISO was 500 shillings. Na zinatoka ngambo. Uzipati kwa duka, pako ingia supermarket Nakumatt. Nakumatt akuuza film moja shilingi 500 600. Huo client utacharge pesa ngapi? So if you tell the client that, unaona
doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Let me go back to 100 ISO. Piga picha kawaida na 50. Zinataka tu photos.
Bora ni clear, ni sharp.
Clear, ni sharp. Na kumbuka umegamble na 36 exposure. Umegamble. The fact that umegamble na 36 na imetoka yote. You should be happy.
Ndio 12 moja tu.
I mean that was the end game. As long as the 36 exposures are all out. Ukiona ukifanya hivi, unaona tu see blank. Unaona images. You're excited. Question of whether siku smile nini, that was not asked. Hapa nywele sikutengeneza vizuri, nobody cared.
I think size ndo,
as long as umetokezea, be happy.
I think size ndo kunao shida tipaka mtu ukimpiga picha aje angalia kwambia sijameza tumbo.
Yes.
Go back sana meza tumbo anakuambia haya. Akili angalia nywele mbona imetoka imekaa hapa hivi.
We didn't have those ones.
So you didn't have that privilege.
No. Bora imetoka, you be happy, take your picture, go. You don't gamble. So even that was a challenge, because taking someone's harusi, umemcharge na harusi moja ulikuwa unapiga roll 10. That is 10,000. So one roll is 1,000 shillings.
So that's
36 times 10. Hiyo ni ngapi? 360 pictures.
Yeah.
Umempromise 360 pictures kwa album.
Alafu umepiga blank film.
My brother, mimi there's one wedding I did. This guy, paka leo, we are besties. Paka leo. That was like 2009 or something like that. This guy named Swahili, he gave me 10,000 shillings cash 1 month before the wedding, because he heard about my work. He's like, that guy will do a good job. 10,000 shillings cash. Kila picha 1,000, ndio? Kila film 1,000. Me I went and bought 10 film. You buy them in a box. 10 rolls. Kena piga harusi Kisauni. Twanga with my beautiful camera that my grandfather gave me. Like this is it. Kapiga. Ilivomaliza kena kuprint. All the 10 rolls came out blank.
Jesus.
What could have happened?
Na ushakula 10,000 hapo.
Bro, ushakula 10,000 watu. Ni harusi.
Hauwezi mbati rudie.
That was a common thing. Uwezi mwambia uwezi real harusi. But that was a common thing. That was some of the challenges we used to have. Because unajua ukikele film ukiroll unasikia
Awate imekuangalia.
Unajua so una feel afu una ile winder ina move unajua imechukua. Bro, nilipiga rolls 10.
Zote
print
blank.
Picture zote ni blank. Na ili roll. So unajua iza kwa blank alafu you come and check really the film kumbe haiku roll. But mbaya haiku roll. But out of 10 photos, I mean 10 rolls, zote ziko blank. And this is a brand new camera. Yani nilipigia simu jamaa nikamwambia Bashir bwana nakuomba nikuje kuongeleshe. Njoo nyumbani.
Unajiblack chinjioni mwenyewe.
Akasikia sauti yangu, njoo nyumbani.
Alafu ni Mswahili. Au kuogopa ile.
Let me tell you, in this job one thing I've learned about this kazi yetu ya photography filming generally. We deal with the service industry, we deal with clients. Honesty is the best thing. Sema ukweli.
True.
Wacha mtu akuue, yani mwambie tu ukweli. Usitafute So akamwambia njoo nyumbani Kisauni. Mimi natetemeka akasema 10,000 natoa wapi? Sasa lipaje pesa bwana. Kafika pale akakuta wanakula. Anambia Johnny bwana karibu ngoja. Keti. Mlete Johnny biriani hapo. Mlete Johnny.
La.
Utakunywa soda gani?
Hiyo biriani ililika kweli.
Ngoja. Utakunywa soda gani? Anambia soda Coke. Mlete 1 liter Coke mweke hapo.
Ililika kweli biriani.
Bro ngoja yani. Kaletwa 1 liter Coke nikaekwa chini na sinia biriani. Kula. Tusongee mwanzo. Kula mwanzo. Kula. Me, I don't know, man. I ate my biryani, finished. Kakunywa soda nikakaa. Ambe niambie sasa. Kama Bashir mazee. Hakuna picha hata moja inatoka.
Oh, Jesus.
All the pictures zimetoka blank and I don't know what happened. Aliniangalia. Kaniambia usijali. Mambo yanafanyika.
But you find a nice guy.
That guy, and we are up to date. Those are 209. Up to date, we're still buddies. Like I remember how he didn't even get upset. He just told me, John, I understand these things happen. It could have been worse, so don't worry about it. And I think he had my balance or something, and he still paid me my balance. Yes. Nikatoka hapo nasema tu na akanipatia lift mpaka kule kwa naenda. So easy challenges tu ukonazo back then ni zile ya kwanza unapiga picha hujui kama imetoka ama haijatoka. Ya pili utapiga picha hujui kama client atachukua ama atachukua. Especially kama zile umepewa deposit. Hajakupata pesa yote. Kwa sababu jamaa akwambia acha nikupe deposit alafu ukimaliza utapiga uprint kila kitu uweke kwa album ukipeleka hivi angalia sema azipendi.
Zimetoka nyeusi.
Mimi kuna client alipasua picha mbele yangu hivi. What is this? This is not what I asked for. It was a mzungu, some British guy.
So at this point kwa hizi vitu zote kuna time ilifika akasema now you're going to give up you're about to give up about hii biashara.
Photography?
Yes. Kuna time ilifika akasema now I am giving up.
I left, nikaingilia tours. The company tours and travel.
What happened?
Yani, you know, unamka kazi, mwanza harusi zetu za Afrika. Zile za wazungu they are much easier, they're much better. I retain them most of the hotel weddings. They are easier because 45 minutes is done. Unapiga picha, unapiga nyingi kama roll because I used to give about 40 pictures in an album. So, and they used to pay well. So I'll take like 3 rolls of films, and then I go 2 photographers. Mimi na mchukua mwenzangu cameraman B. Yaani plan B huyo. Nambeba oye twende. Hii ni kazi ya wazungu cause moja kifeni angalia sio amepa.
Sure, ingine go sure. You don't want to gamble.
Akula you can't because they'll sue you. So nitabeba mwenzangu tuende tupige picha rolls kama 2. Out of those rolls tuchague picha 40 peke yake. To print tumpatie kwa album. But they used to pay much better than comparing with these our African weddings. Sasa hizi zetu shida kubwa mimi pale nilichoka nao ni hizi zetu mwanzo. Especially when you're doing film photography. Ni the whole day. Asubuhi mpaka jioni. Alafu mshahara ni kidogo because watapageni sana. Utapiga film karibu 15. 15 rolls of film. But nasibu umepata 10 ama 12. You go print, mtu anataka album picha 600.
Hey.
600 photos kwa album na mwekea. Alafu kusumbue kulipa. Mtasumbuana.
Mpaka sasa kuna hiyo shida bado.
Hiyo it was so much hustle. Ikakuta rafiki yangu mwenyewe ananiambia bwana tafute alternative business tufanye. And competition was crazy. Ama paparazzi walikuwa maribu bei. So mimi nikaingia tours and travel.
Na bei nilifanya
bei alafu niliona
kusumbuana
it was more stagnant around that time.
Okay.
It was stagnant. People were into sasa hizo watu wameelewa photography nini. Wakati ule
hajaelewa bado ndo naanza kuadapt.
Bro, nikikwambia sasa hizi hata wewe sasa hizi ukipiga picha na simu utaniambia let's say you see even kids they don't know anything about photography. Ukipiga picha they know a good picture.
Yeah.
They tell you no piga hivi repeat.
True.
There is some sort of understanding what photography is all about. Back then mediocrity. People will go take pictures. Mimi nitapiga picha. I come with my expensive camera, take a picture. I invest my creativity in the photography. Mtu mwingine atakuja na kamera yake yashika F2. Apige picha pia yeye. Alafu akwambie wewe ukimwambia mtu nipe shilingi 100 hii photo, jamaa atakwambia lipe 20 bob. Amepiga picha. So 20 shilling na unakuta mbona watu wanashindana? Yule yuko purely command, yani yeye anakuja point and shoot na kwenda.
Yeye yuko biashara.
Yuko biashara, point and shoot na kwenda.
Yani the what attempt.
Hizo 20
yani yeye yuko creative. Yeye hata kufanya creative pictures anataka I'm busy niko business. Tap shika picha yako. Wewe you want to symmetry kwa vizuri. Eyeline, honestly, yani you look at a lot of things.
You're trying to be an artist.
Yeah.
Trying to take a good picture.
Yeah.
So I think that one and so many other issues, so many other things, and also the idea of, like I said, you need to look at opportunities that come across your way when you're in moving through life. So I got an opportunity to start to get into tours and travel, and apply what I'd studied in school. Kumbuka nilifanya computer science. So nikaanza kujifundisha hiyo. Nika apply IT and tours and travel. So I came up with a website where somebody can, if you want to tailor make your own holiday experience, you can do it online. And you have an itinerary that you can follow without going through a tour operator. Nowadays, those websites are everywhere. So that was the first website that came up. It was called Safari Hunters Kenya. So ikafanywa hivyo until 2007. Was it? When it was post-election? 2007. Yeah. 2007. Mambo yakaribika. Biashara ya tours ikachapa chini. So I had to bounce back on something.
Just you went back to
I went back to photography.
up to now.
So I went back to photography, hotels again. 2008 nikaingia filming, kaza fanya photography na filming. 2009 2010 tukaanza fanya music videos. Mzee mmoja anaitwa Pinch, tunafanya music videos.